Hello and welcome to another episode of Diary of a Coin Dealer. I haven't put any videos out for a few weeks. I will go through the reasons why that is. It's not good listening, but I think if I'm going to do this journey of my dealings as a coin dealer, it's important for me to benchmark the good and the bad. Basically, yeah, I'm just burnt out. There's no two ways to dice it. Um, I think I knew it was coming. I was trying to put things in place. Something happened in my personal life, and I think it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I had it one day where I was eating. My face, it just felt like it was paralyzed. It did cross my mind that I had a stroke. I didn't have a stroke. It's nothing like that. But I'm probably at 60%. So I haven't had the energy or the inclination to put out YouTube or to do much really. I've just spent pretty much 2 weeks in bed. The stuff I have sold, I've sold very minimal. I'm keeping that down to a minimum. I'm keeping the post runs down to a minimum. And I think, for the next month, I'm going to be working part time. I'm basically going to do the bare minimum to keep the business ticking over. It's been a tough one. Like, I've had some days where, so I went and spoke to the doctor because I was having other issues, like my arm went numb, um, my brain was on fire, like literally it felt like my brain was burning, and the doctor was like, "You're burnt out. It's a indicator of stress levels. If it gets worse, just take time off." So, what do you do for a living? I was like, "I'm self-employed." He's like, "Can you afford to take time off?" And I said, "Yeah, I've put a lot of hours in." But I think this video, I just kind of want to be honest with people. Like, if you're getting to that stage, you kind of need to slow down. I've been trying. I have been trying, and it's if the writing wasn't on the wall, it certainly is now. Now, for those of you who've been trying to get in contact with me and I haven't really responded, um, yeah, sorry about that. To me, I needed sleep. I needed to just get my body and my mind back to a place where I felt like I could do these things. It's been a tough one. Now, in terms of the coins, it's a shame because I had some coins come in. It would have been lovely to show you a couple sets. I actually made a video 2 weeks ago, and I think I watched it a few times. I don't really do takes. I record it and then I put it out. It's whatever is on my mind. And I won't lie, it wasn't pretty viewing. I was just like, "No, you're not well. Just bin it. Take some time off." I had some wonderful coins coming. There was a lady, couple of cities over, our next city over from me, and she sold me a 6 coin sovereign set. My heart went out to her though. Her father bought it. He paid a lot of money for it. She didn't get that much for it. That wasn't because I ripped her off or anything like that. She went round to several dealers. They all told her the same thing. It was just a case of her father bought into this glossy brochure idea of coins being worth a lot more than they were. It just wasn't the case, unfortunately. But she just said, "I need the money, so don't worry about it." I had a $10 Indian come in. Didn't sell it. I put it up for sale. It just didn't really sell. So I don't really know about that. In terms of the business this month, I've still pulled. I think I'm on a 3-8 month. So considering I've had 2 weeks off, I did get rid of some bigger ticket coins. I had a bit of luck with the silver coming in. I had two months of essentially 350, 400 ounces. So that certainly helped. But that's not really my concern at the moment. My concern at the moment is to kind of get the business to a level where it doesn't stress me out as much, and other areas of my life. It's not just the business. I'd be lying to say this is 100% a business issue. The issue for me is I never tackled the stresses in my life in an appropriate fashion. I just kind of threw myself into the job and thought it would resolve itself, and it didn't. So in terms of like the numbers for this year, like my end of year comes up in a few days. I'm looking at a 590, 600k turnover business. Now, if I make 10%, you're looking at 1.1 mil plus in terms of what I myself as an individual is doing, and that's crazy. I might even be pound for pound one of the biggest movers of coin in the country. I don't know for a fact. I genuinely don't know, but in terms of the numbers, it's not just the buying and the selling. I've got to source it. I've got to pack it, book it, sort everything with the accountant, make sure the cash flow is okay. And it's got to the point where it's too much for one man. Now, if I'm moving that amount, but I'm just selling 1 ounce Brits, that's a very easy job. But I'm not. I'm like the other day I had a clear out of silver coins. I moved £500-600 worth of silver coins, and some of them were worth 10 quid. Those numbers are crazy, and it's certainly, I need to slow down. I need to adapt. I was trying to put things in, I am putting things in with the stamps where the stamps pay a higher margin. I can kind of take my foot off the gas. I've done all the heavy work. In terms of my goals and my plans, it's all been done. I need to kind of control demolition the business to bring it down to a way that's sustainable, that I don't take such a haircut that it prolongs my goals. But saying that, our goals the main concern at the moment? No, they're not. They really are not. I want to get back to a point where I'm in my element. I'm loving what I'm doing without the sheer levels of stress. I think one of the reasons the wheels kind of fell off as well was because where the tax is changing, I kind of had a free roll, but I was in the area where if I didn't use it, I lose it. So I knew I had to take a certain amount of money out of the business. I got to the start of this month and I think I had £3,000 in my account. I needed 26.5. I've pretty much done it, but that level of stress, I was looking at it, and I'm looking at my stock and I'm thinking, I don't know where this is coming from. I have got no idea. So you then go into, well, do I have to sell reserve? There's not much of the reserve I can sell, not really. The way I planned it was it's future stock for 2 years plus. Will I have to go into selling losses? So what I did was I pushed it super, super hard last month, but I didn't have the cash flow. So I made the profit, and the idea was to kind of build it up and then sell the losses into it. Now I escaped that because the prices went up, so I kind of got away with it. But the toll it took on myself was a lot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was too much for me to kind of cope with. And that's why my body and my mind shut down on me. It did just shut down on me. It wasn't a case of, I'm tired. It was a case of my mind didn't work. I felt like, I think it's called disassociation, where, picture it this way, when you drop something and you go and catch it and your reflexes aren't there. That's how I felt and how my body was feeling, in the sense that in my head I could kind of do things, but it just wasn't there. Now I'm certainly a bit better than I was, but this is going to be a process and this is going to take time. So for next month, it's going to be a case of, if I work 2 hours a day, if that means that I do say one auction and I just rely on my professional network and I don't do anything else, then so be it. It's not worth a couple of £1,000. It's not worth being a vegetable. It just isn't. I hope anyone who's watching this and anyone who's going through potential burnout or mental fatigue kind of takes note. It's not a pretty process. I will get there myself, but take stock of your own lives, because you don't want to break these things. Now, this is going to scare you, because it certainly scared me. I was looking into the effects of burnout on the brain, and it literally damages your brain. It's not even you're tired, you're fatigued. It will damage your brain. It is reversible if you don't push it too far, and that's why I'm like, hey, it ain't worth it. I hope to show you another video soon. I do have some nice coins I can show you that I bought in that were meant to go on film, but again, they didn't go out for that reason. Yeah, I will see you on the next one, I guess, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.